In this video, I'm going to show you a successful pay-per-lead campaign we've been running and how you can do the exact same thing to add an additional 20K, 30K, or even 50K per month to your agency. If you don't know me, I'm Billy Robinson. I've generated over 130,000 leads, made over $7 million selling them, and this stuff is literally all I do. Most agency owners are stuck in the retainer trap. Client meetings, change requests, staff headaches, and very little profit to show for it. I was there too, but the pay-per-lead model changed everything for me. Let me show you exactly what I mean with real numbers. So how it started, initially I had this mortgage broker client on a retainer, and they were paying me like $4,500 a month retainer. Ad spend was only $3,000, and they were getting about 55 leads a month, so the CPA was about 136, and they were complaining that the cost was too high. So I had the idea to switch to selling them their own leads. So basically pay for the ads myself, run it under their brand, and sell them their own leads on a cost per lead model, which I did. And so because we chose to sell them the leads for 75, which was a risk, but I knew I could get the CPA down quite a bit if I really tried. And because I was motivated now, because I had a pay-per-lead model, there was a lot of motivation for me to then get the CPA down. So we got the ad CPA down to $35, and then at 75 they started scaling up. They're like, that's a good lead price for us, and then went up to 300 leads a month. So then we were making $22,500 in sales, but more importantly the CPA went down, so the cost of the leads was only 10.5K, and we were making about 12K a month gross profit. So it was a real win-win in that the retainer, the client wasn't happy with the CPA. We were making 4.5K a month, but we started making a lot more at 12K gross profit at a $75 per lead model. So that's when I was like, wow, this model's amazing, so much better. Mind you, this was back in 2021, 22, COVID times, and like mortgage refinance interest rates were coming down and they're really low. So a lot of people were in the market refinancing. So we're getting leads really cheap. So it's just a good time to get into that space. So yeah, that's like how I switched to pay-per-lead mainly. And then eventually I built my own mortgage brand, doing a similar model to what I was doing for this client. Because I had the marketing skills, I was now just doing it under my own brand basically, and it was working heaps better. So that's how I got into the mortgage vertical, and now we're sort of doing it for other clients and selling leads to multiple clients at once. But yeah, let me break down the system for you in a bit more detail. So traffic source wise, we're running ads on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. I always start with Facebook because it's the cheapest leads, easiest to scale. Our best performing ads are generally skit-style videos where one person plays two characters having a conversation. These get massive engagement, and they're generally our lowest cost per lead. We spent over $85,000 on a single skit ad that still performs 2 years later, and then we drive these to our brand, which we own. So the brand consists basically of just a Facebook page and your landing page. There's no real website or elaborate lengthy website. It's just a single front page landing page with a quiz. So that's, I might have spent maybe $200 on proper branding, logo. I think I got a web designer to do a basic UX for me, and then got my developer to build it out cheap in Unbounce. So that's it, nothing fancy, but it's yours, you own it. If a client leaves, you still own everything. So that's what makes it so great. We use quiz funnels to filter out the leads because you want to forget about basic Facebook lead form ads. They're rubbish quality. We use these leads hook forms with conditional logic, so we can filter out anyone who may be unable to get a loan. And this page converts at around 10%, which is still quite high, and that's with pre-qualification and SMS PIN verification. So step 4 is the lead distribution platform. Here we go. This is sort of key to making the whole system work. We use LeadByte and swear by it. It's the best lead distribution platform on the market, and it's our secret weapon because this software lets us funnel leads from all of our ad accounts into one campaign in LeadByte through that one brand, and then LeadByte distributes the leads to all the different clients based on how many they want in total, how many per day, what locations, what times of week. We can set up all these filters in LeadByte here, and then it gets sent to each client's CRM, email, or Google Sheet, whatever they prefer. Usually it's a CRM of some description where we need to use an API key and integrate that. So that's what we give that to our developer. He sets it up, takes about 24 or 48 hours. So we just let clients know that it's going to take a few days. And then we track, we always talk to our clients, see what the conversion rates are like, what types of leads are they having good conversations with, and then we can use that info to improve or adjust our campaigns. And then multiple clients is the key to LeadByte. With one client, you don't really need it, but as soon as you hit 2 clients, it becomes essential. Otherwise, you're setting up campaigns in Facebook for each client. This way, we've just got literally one campaign in Facebook. We can have one in Google, we have one in TikTok, and then we can have up to infinite amount of buyers. Provided we can generate the number of leads, we could have as many buyers as we wanted theoretically. This client here might take 10 leads a day, this one takes 3, this one takes 5, this one takes 2, but it's all handled by the system and it distributes leads accordingly. Like there's no preference, it just does random and mathematical lead distribution. Our rules for lead ordering, minimum of 25 leads, and at like $100 for these leads, I've got to pay up front. That way we can fund the ad spend. We never do split payments or pay in arrears. Like it's just too risky with pay-per-lead because you're funding the ad spend. So now you're probably thinking, Billy, how do I find these buyers? Well, this is actually the easy bit. When your offer is, I've got qualified leads, how many do you want? People listen. So we find buyers through Facebook ads mainly. We literally run ads saying, finance brokers want pre-qualified mortgage applications. Might have some examples here. Here we go. Yeah, stuff like this works really well. You can also try things like LinkedIn outreach. You can search for mortgage brokers and loan officers there and reach out directly. Especially if you're starting out, it's probably a cheaper way, but they probably get pitched a lot for leads. Industry directories, another option, mortgage broker associations, finance directories, they're all listed publicly. Referrals, once you get a good result for a client, or if you probably know a mortgage broker anyway, so you could ask around and get a foot in the door that way. But yeah, there's multiple ways to get those clients. So here's my pricing formula. You can write this down. So find their average commission. For mortgages, it's usually $3,000 to $4,000 per loan settlement. Assume a 10% conversion rate. So out of 10 leads, 1 will convert. Calculate the lead value. So let's say it's $3,500 times 10%. So $350 value per lead to them. Price at 20 to 30% of that figure, which is $75 to $100 per lead. So we're on the slightly higher side, but they're still making a 3 to 4 times ROI, so it's a no-brainer for them. To compare that to retainer model, where they're paying $4,500 to $1,000 a month for retainer plus $3,000 ad spend, $7,500 for 55 leads, that's $136 per lead, and they don't own anything. We don't own anything that way, and they're not happy with that. So with our model, they pay less, they pay $100 per lead, but only for what they get, and the quality is better because we've optimized the hell out of it. Quality control. Now, quality is everything with these leads and funnels. If your leads are rubbish, clients just won't reorder. So we have quality systems in play. Our quality systems are a multi-step quiz qualification, phone and email verification, duplication emission, which is LeadByte handles any duplicate leads from coming back into a client, and then intent-based questions, when are you looking to buy, what's your budget, things like that. Real-time validation, we track which ads produce the best converting leads. LeadByte sends a unique tracking number with each lead, so when the client closes them, we know exactly which campaign it came from. That's how we get better and better over time. Here's what a typical day looks like for a paper lead agency owner. Morning, 30 minutes, check overnight lead volume, verify your lead quality, process and distribute leads to clients. And then midday for about an hour, you might want to review your campaign performance, adjust budgets on winning campaigns up or down, kill underperforming ads. And then in the afternoon for about 30 minutes, you could do some client communication, invoice processing, performance reporting, things like that. So that's it really, 2 or 3 hours a day maximum. My VA handles the rest. Scaling from 10K to 50K. Here's how we scaled. Phase 1, we're about 10K a month in the mortgage niche with one traffic source, Facebook. We had 5 to 8 clients, and then we were doing about 150 to 200 leads a month. Phase 2, to get to 30K a month, we went and added car loans as a niche, 2 traffic sources, Facebook and TikTok. We had 15 to 20 clients then, and we're doing about 500 to 700 leads a month. Phase 3, to get to 50K a month, we added in personal loans. So we're in 3 niches then, mortgage, car loans, personal loans, and then we added in Google as well. So we had 3 traffic sources. We're up to about 25, 30 clients and about 1,000 to 1,500 leads a month. So that's how we grew. The key is you're not adding proportional work. It's just the same system with more and more volume. Common objections might be, I don't have capital to front ad spend, but you can start with just $500 to $1,000. Test 1 campaign, get 2 or 3 clients ordering 25 leads each. Use that revenue to fund more ad spend, rinse and repeat. What if leads don't convert and clients refuse to pay? Well, that's why I always say demand payment up front, no payment, no leads. We have contracts in place as well for duplicates and replacements, but more importantly, we guarantee quality. Any lead that doesn't meet the preset criteria gets replaced, but we only go by the data on the form. If the data is someone's a good credit score and they're this much income, but in reality they're not, we can't replace that lead because we would go out of business. We can only provide the data as it is presented to us. Another objection is the market's too competitive. Well, it's actually a good thing. You want a saturated market because there's demand And lead buyers are always looking to diversify their lead sources. They're often willing to try a new entrant because they just want to know if they're good, and it's just a pack of leads. They're not committing to an ongoing retainer. So it's easy to get your foot in the door if you're offering quality leads. So we compete on quality, not price. So why this beats retainers? Let me be clear about why this model is superior. So with the retainer model, you're selling time, the client owns everything, constant meetings and reports, income caps at your capacity. If the client leaves you, you lose everything, or they take everything. But with the pay-per-lead model, you're selling results, you own everything, there's no meetings or reports required. Might just be a lead update, how many leads we got to go, which you can just check in LeadByte, and it's infinitely scalable. Clients come and go, which is fine. We're not trying to keep every client. There is churn like any agency, but you're not losing any assets. So I went from working 50-hour weeks for 5K monthly profit to working 20 to 30-hour weeks to 50K monthly profit doing it this way. So getting started, if you want to make this transition, pick your niche. Use my niche selection matrix, which is in my lead farming blueprint or my school community. Build one campaign. All you need is a logo, Facebook page, and a landing page. Test with a small budget of $500 to prove the concept, and also make sure you build a quick agency site and landing page to prove you can get buyer leads as well. So once you've got buyer leads, do a quick test to determine as well if you can get consumer facing leads, and then you validated it, and you can then deliver more leads to buyers, get feedback, improve the quality, and then scale gradually by adding in more traffic sources, more buyers, and more niches. But don't overcomplicate it. This is a simple business model that works. So look, I'm not saying this is easy. You do need solid media buying skills. You need to understand lead quality. You need systems in place. But if you're already running a successful campaign for clients, you pretty much have everything you need. You're just monetizing it wrong. So we've gone from 5K to 50K monthly profit using this exact system. Same skills you already have, just structured differently. So the real difference is you're building equity in a business you own rather than building client assets that walk out the door. So if you want the complete breakdown, the funnels, the scripts, the client acquisition process, the distribution setup, check out my paid school community, Pay-Per-Lead Nation Pro. That's it for today, guys. If this makes sense and you want to see more real examples, smash that subscribe button. Catch you in the next one.